Have you seen the Sydney Sweeney ad, Senator? And if so, what did you think about it?
Yes, I saw the ad, and okay, the young woman does have big, beautiful breasts. But let's not lose sight of what's important. We are the party of ugly, fat people. We can't just allow these Republicans to put a beautiful, white young woman with perfectly round titties in their ads, because people like that shit. We need to keep putting fat, ugly bitches in our ads, you know? Stay woke.
How did we get here? How did we get here? What in the Alice in Wonderland nightmares is going on right now?
All I can say is how fucking dare you?
If you voted for that man, if you voted for anybody other than Kamala, and you live in one of the states that it was, you know, close, or if you didn't vote, fuck you.
The best is yet to come.
I chose family, I chose women, I chose America. I love you.
How the fuck is this still happening? All I've ever known politically is hatred.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done with all of this.
It's the biggest red wave I've seen since Ronald Reagan's 49-state victory.
There were appeals to racism in this campaign, and there is racial bias in this country, and there is sexism in this country.
I can't help but wonder if the American people have given up on democracy.
I hear what you're saying, and I do see it differently, because I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite, who are hurting tonight.
If she were a 6'4" white man from Arkansas or from, Florida, do you think she would be losing by that much?
I think that we've got to be honest. Among Hispanic men and black men, there's a lot of misogyny.
There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to, and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who try to dream a big dream over the past couple of months.
It's not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy.
There's misogyny, but it's not just misogyny from white men.
Mm-hmm.
It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right.
It's misogyny from black men.
And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy.
Things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States.
To all the pollsters, the election pollsters, blow me. I don't ever want to from you again, ever.
People who said that he was a Hitler lover weren't Democrats, they were Republicans. People who said that he was a fascist weren't Democrats, they were Republicans who worked for him.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business. Complicated.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into Cobracast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Friday. Hope you enjoyed Friday Night Tights. We're here. We're live. We got a lot to talk about. It's been a busy day, as it is every day in the world of Trump. Craziness. The Democrats continuing to show the world exactly who they are. Trump making massive decisions. And we're going to talk about all of it. Chris, for $70 to start us out. Hi, I heard Joy Reid hates exercise because Joy Reid heard the treadmill was created by a white guy. And there you have it. That's all it took for Joy Reid to find out. She said, oh, the treadmill was invented by a white guy. I'm not exercising. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate you, brother. The fact that like all of these clowns are jobless at this point in time, Joy Reid, Don Lemon, all of them, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Zach Attack says Matt Walsh verbally violated Keith Olbermann on X. It was brutal. Did you read it? Oh, yes, I did. Talked about how he's old, washed up, jobless. I did. It was glorious. Thank you, Zach Attack. Nico says, did you see AOC's comment today? The Democratic Party are the ones who hired the assassin. Jeremy, did you see the new Splinter show? It's ridiculously woke and has nothing to do with the video game. I haven't seen that, but I did see AOC's comments, and we're going to talk about those comments because, yes, it's pretty insane. And again, my response to AOC was to keep talking. Keep talking. That's fine with me. John freaking Murdoch for $50 says, hey, Jeremy, I noticed that Kada was on FNT. We all need to troll Beardo on Tuesday night's main event that Kada got on FNT before him. Hail Commander Unit 199. Mod Lives Matter, Chat Lives Matter, and happy Jessica. Happy Jessica, everyone. Thank you, John. Yeah, so I listen, I'm not trying to start any controversy. Okay. You guys know we try not to, get into any drama with this corner of the internet, but I mean, look, it has to be said. It has to be said. So I'm going to say it, and hope I don't offend anyone, but the truth of the matter is, Kada appeared on FNT. And, here he is. Oh, last year, this time I thought I made a mistake doing YouTube and putting myself out there. Now I'm closer to 30,000 on YouTube. I'm a part of Geeks and Gamers, collabed with Brett Cooper. And now I'm going to be on the biggest pop culture podcast, FNT. Chase your dreams for real. Well, FNT went woke. Kada, gay. Kada, short. Kada, black. Kada, retarded. FNT has gone woke. Okay? Keep wondering, why do I not appear on that show? Why would I? He's bringing black people on the show. Not going to keep Ryan much longer at this rate. Oh, we need representation on our show. We need some representation so they don't call us racist on Twitter. No, for real though, it's awesome. Kata's on there. Mike's been on there. Hail to my Friday Night Tights crew. They are the best. And I know everybody's like, "Oh, where's Jeremy? Where's Jeremy?" I'll be back. I'll be back. Just got all kind of crap going on these days. Always busy doing something. So, but yes, hail to Friday Night Tights. Aussie Dad Andrew with a $10 and says nothing. Thank you so much. Coop for 10 says, I had no idea who Milo is and went down the rabbit hole. I might never be the same, but Dims did this. I would say, may God have mercy on their souls, but they don't have them. Very true. I mean, I can't sit here and say I'm like the most familiar person with, Milo, but, so I don't know a lot about him, but I know that he I guess he's out of retirement now after the Charlie Kirk situation. And yeah, I mean, I think we should probably get into a lot of, like, today has been wild. And the amount of things that's happened today has been wild. First and foremost, we got President Trump going off on an ABC reporter right here. So I've got it turned up as loud as it'll go. So this ABC reporter, let's listen to what Trump says.
Free speech question, because you said that you restored free speech in America.
Yeah.
Is that free speech including for people who are harshly critical of you, for your political opponents, for people who say things you don't like?
I've become immune to it.
You unfairly?
I've become immune to it. There's never been a person that's had more unfair publicity than me, and that's why your network paid me $15 million or $6.
Look at this guy right here. Hang on, let me go. So when Trump says that, this guy right here just starts laughing. This guy over here, you'll see, just put his head down. He starts laughing as soon as Trump says this.
$15 million or $16 million, I believe, to be exact, George Slopadopoulos. And that's why CBS paid me a lot of money too. And that's why I sued the New York Times 2 days ago for a lot of money. Because I'm winning. I mean, I'm winning the cases. And the reason I'm winning is because you're guilty, John. You're guilty. ABC is a terrible network, a very unfair network, and you should be ashamed of yourself. NBC is equally bad. I don't know who's worse. I think they're equally bad. And, you know, for you to stand there and act so innocent and ask me a question like that. But look, you paid a big price because you were dishonest, John. The reason I won that lawsuit was because you were dishonest. You were proven to be dishonest. And so you can't sit back and just say, oh, well, what do you think? You know, like you're some wonderful person. You're not a wonderful person. Frankly, you're a terrible reporter. You know it, and so do I. Okay.
So for those that couldn't hear it, because I see you saying the audio's low, ABC is a terrible network. You should be ashamed of yourself. NBC is equally bad. I don't know who's worse. They're equally bad. For you to stand there and act so innocent, you paid a big price because you're dishonest. You were proven to be dishonest. You can't sit back and think you're a wonderful person. You're not a wonderful person. Frankly, you're a terrible reporter. You know it, and so do I. Trump is just absolutely savage, dude. And he's kind of reached this point where he's not putting up with anybody's bull crap anymore. He's just not going to do it. He's like, I'm done. I'm done with you. You're liars. You've, let's see, what is this? Oh, snap. This just happened. President Trump confirms there will be a major 2026 Republican National Convention, which will help surge turnout to the polls. The Republican Party wants very badly a convention in 2026 midterm election. We will have one at the highest level. It will be both fun and very productive. Make America great again. Let's go. Dude is unstoppable, man. Trump does it again. Absolutely awesome. I mean, I was at the last one, so hopefully I'll be able to make this one, but that's awesome news right there. Happy to hear that. And on that front, this is we have this event in Arizona this Sunday, and this is going to be a memorial for Charlie Kirk, and DHS has classified Charlie Kirk's memorial at State Farm Stadium this weekend as a level 1 special event. This is the highest designation reserved for matters of national significance. I will be covering that on this channel this Sunday, but let's hear what they have to say right here.
Federal agencies are bracing for tens of thousands of mourners to attend Sunday's memorial service, including President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. DHS has declared it a special security event similar to the Super Bowl.
And we are joined now by national correspondent Jeff Paul, who is live in Phoenix with more on this. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Bill and Aisha. Well, yeah, more and more people are starting to show up here in Arizona ahead of that planned public memorial for Charlie Kirk. They are expecting tens of thousands of people to pack into Glendale State Farm Stadium, and authorities tell us they will be ready. Now, we checked in with the Department of Homeland Security, which tells us, given the fact that people like President Trump will be in attendance, Kirk's memorial is being designated as a special event assessment rating level 1. This is reserved for the highest national significance. We also checked in with Glendale Police, who tell us they're coordinating with both state and federal law enforcement to make sure everything goes as planned. They'll have the SWAT team mobilized, drones in the air, and swarms of officers to handle both those attending and those who might show up to protest.
I mean, I was at the RNC, and that was just days after Trump was shot, and I mean, it was crazy security. It was absolutely insane, and I can't, I don't know if I was at the first. Yeah, I think that was the first convention I'd been to, so I can't really compare it to what previous ones were. But yeah, I mean, the security was pretty intense for the RNC in 2024. So I imagine that it's going to be similar here, as it should be.
We're aware of all the situations of the climate. We're aware of feelings and things that are being said online. We just want to make sure that regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum, whether you're attending to support, whether you're attending to protest, we want everything to be peaceful. We want everything to be safe, and we just want to take care of everyone.
Now, the other big development here in Phoenix is the appointment of Erika Kirk as the next CEO of Turning Point USA. Here's how folks out here are responding.
If anybody is going to, who's it going to be? It's going to be her. I am a mother. I am a wife. I will be behind her 100%. And I heard her battle cry, and I will be there when she needs us.
It was such a heartfelt message, you know, that she put out there, and it was gut-wrenching. But she really spoke to many people. And I think this Turning Point is just going to keep growing.
Now, Turning Point USA tells us in the span of just 2 days, they have received more than 12,000 requests to start new chapters, bringing the total to more than 62,000 requests since the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Aisha, Bill?
Yeah, and I've got this this video right here from Nick Sortor, and he says, I'll be totally honest, the reality of Charlie Kirk's killing didn't hit me until I got here to Charlie's home state of Arizona. All the billboards, all the people crying, the massive memorial outside of Turning Point HQ. Pray hard for the amazing TPUSA crew and Charlie's family. Wow, that's amazing. That is unreal. That's got to be emotional to go there and see all of that. Wow. People loved him. And, you know, his death is going to have impact well beyond anything that we can comprehend right now. That's for sure. Absolutely incredible. So R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. I still can't believe it. But here you have, you know, let's go ahead and talk about the main topic tonight, and that's AOC, who has, listen, I'm not, you know, I mean, she's clearly had a few donuts, okay? I mean, let's be real. She's clearly had a few extra donuts, all right? But here she is on the floor of the House smearing Charlie Kirk. And this is what I think Democrats should continue to do. I know it makes people mad when they do this, but I'm just telling you, let them keep doing this, all right? Let them. Because they are, and I even, on her tweet right here, I even said it. I was like, never interrupt your enemy when they are making mistakes. Keep talking, AOC. Just keep running your mouth. Keep doing it.
His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans, far from the working tirelessly to promote unity, unquote, asserted by the majority in this resolution.
So do you know what people are going to do? They're going to go and look, and they're going to see what Charlie Kirk actually said, and they're going to just be even more pissed off at these disgusting Democrats. So it's just let them do this. Again, never interrupt your enemy when they are making mistakes. Keep talking, AOC. Keep talking. Keep showing the world who you are. Because this is why you're in the position you're in to begin with. You're not helping yourself at all. And more people are seeing you for who you are. Again, these are the same people lecturing us now about how they love free speech.
We will hold social media platforms accountable for the hate infiltrating their platforms because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy. And if you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare. If you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. And whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrent.
We will hold
I think Chris just said it perfectly right there. She, you know, and I guess there's a rumor going on where AOC is gearing up for a 2028 presidential run. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep talking. Keep showing the world that you're going to disrespect Charlie Kirk after he was assassinated in front of the world. And now she's apparently gearing up for a 2028 run. So go for it. Have at it, AOC. Because never interrupt your enemy when they are making mistakes. That will be my official stance. Thank you, Chris, for the 45-47 FAOC. And not in the way that you would think, at least the way people were saying it a few years ago. But now she's had a few donuts. She's had a few donuts. More than a few. More than a few. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Keenan says, have you seen the show Without a Trace? I have not. And then Keenan says, what's your favorite season of Animal Kingdom? I kind of binged it, and whenever I binge a show, it's kind of hard to differentiate the seasons, but the first season was the one that probably stood out to me, but it's hard to really think about breaking the seasons up when you binge watch a show. But I liked all the seasons of Animal Kingdom, but probably the first. Horse Face for $1. Spectre for a 199. Thank you. Mike Hill says She-Hulk wants you to cancel your Disney Plus subscription. Yes. The She-Hulk actress wants you to cancel your Disney Plus subscription when She-Hulk was on Disney Plus. You can't make this stuff up. It's glorious, dude. Zinni Biscuits says John Schneider, Bo Duke just released a song called Charlie's Words, a lovely tribute to Charlie. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Zinni Biscuit. Smart Review says, Jeremy, can you do me a favor and give a shout out to my best friend? Edwin passed away same week as Charlie Kirk. Because of him, I'm a fan of you. Well, thank you. I'm always careful when I read names because I just didn't know, but shout out to Edwin. What did he pass away from? The Smart Review. Just curious about that. But rest in peace to Edwin and shout out. But yeah, anytime I get, again, the internet has ruined me. And I'll never forget the first time that a person asked me to shout out their friend. That's why I was hesitant for a minute. Is because they asked me to shout out their friend, and their friend's first name was Nick, and their friend's last name was Gerr. And so I said the name really quickly about 5 straight times. And maybe you think that that's not the first time I've said that word. I mean, you know, but anyway, that's why I was a little like hesitant, like, oh, where are you going with this one? But rest in peace to your friend, Edwin. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Sorry to hear that. Let's see. What is this name right here? Sent you a DM on Twitter of a leftist mocking Charlie Kirk. Noted. I will check that out. Mike Zero Source says Tom McDonald paid tribute to Charlie Kirk. He did. Fantastic Personage says Operation Let Them Speak, especially let AOC speak. Let her speak. Let her keep speaking. Matt Frog says, can we convince them oxygen was invented by a white guy? Your Barmy says Kada got on FNT because he's Jewish. Beardo. Ministry of All Things says that Kada was great on FNT, but still came up short. I love the internet. 1992 Space Movie says off topic, but did you see that Trump just raised the fees for H-1B visas from 2,000 to 10,000 or 100,000? This is exactly what I voted for. Also, you're kind of looking cute in that sweater, Jeremy. Stop it. Stop it. But yes, I have the H-1B story pulled up as well. We're going to get to that. That's a huge story that a lot of people that are kind of like a lot of people that pretend to be Trump supporters and then they want to criticize Trump. They've been whining about this H-1B thing for a long time, and rightfully so. And now that Trump's done it, they'll find something else to say, oh, well, Trump is failing here or he's failing there. Like, that H-1B deal is huge. It's massive. And the H-1B visa situation has been completely abused by companies and corporations for years and years and years, which is what led us to a lot of the problems that we're in. So, yeah, we will talk about that, though. MAGA Crack a Mic for 20 says, a woman was at my local fair last week trying to hand out buttons with Trump's face that said, who's going to do it? She got thrown out, and local PD have reported her to the feds. They're constantly exposing themselves now. You are correct about that. And, you know what? There was a story about, I think it was RFK. RFK got a bomb threat at his residence. I think I have that story right here to show you guys really quick. Again, man, they're losing their minds. They're completely broken right here. Right here. Thank you, MAGA Mike. I appreciate it. Breaking, there was just a bomb. Now, this was a few hours ago. There was just a bomb threat at the home of HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy, and the scene is now being searched and cleared. Crazy, dude. I mean, what is happening right now? Like, we have a big problem. We have a huge problem. AJ 450. JD Vance, Erika Kirk 2028. Listen, I think, you know, we're going to hear a lot from Erika Kirk in the future. I'm not the biggest fan of a female president or vice president at this point in time. No disrespect to Erika Kirk, because I think she's fantastic, but I'm just not that into a female president. Just my opinion. So, but I think you're going to be hearing a lot about Erika Kirk in the future. I think right now, I'll tell you what I would like to see. My gut feeling right now, and we still have a long ways to go. Does she like retro video games, says Dan Fask. We got a long way to go, but right now, I like the idea of JD Vance and Pete Hegseth. I like a Vance Hegseth ticket. That's what I like. I think that's a banger ticket. I think both of those guys would be incredible. That would be an awesome ticket right there. So, by the way, check this out. I got to show you this. Oh my God. Speaking of JD Vance. Okay. Where's it at? Did I put it on? Okay. I'm gonna warn all of you. This is one of the creepiest things ever. But the JD Vance memes are going to become the most unstoppable force in human history. Dude, this is terrible. What's up, Willie Will? I see you. This is awful. I am terrified of this. It should say 48 on it. It should say that. That is awful. I saw that. I'm like, dude, that's skinny beardo. Skinny beardo. No, thanks. Yeah, man, that's pretty terrifying stuff right there. Dude, if you look in the comments, hang on. You look in the comment section, it gets even worse. There was a... Oh, my gosh. Oh. See, look. These things have to stop. These things have to stop. There's more, though. Hang on. Oh, did it get hidden? Maybe someone had deleted it or something. I don't know. There was another one in the replies, but it's not there now, so I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff. AI is a mistake. Oh, here it is. I mean, I agree. Look at this. What the heck is this? What? I know. I'm stopping. I know everybody's freaked out right now. I totally get it. It's bad stuff. Kane827 for 10 says, if he ends H-1B by raising it to 100K per year, my evil ex-wife will have to leave the country. Let's go. Well, Kane just got some good news, apparently. So there you have it right there. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. Ryan Miller says AOC's comments was so disgusting, but never interrupt when they make mistakes because they are going to continue to implode from within and expose themselves. Absolutely. 100%. Jake CB says, what's brilliant about having a convention in 2026 is the Dems are broke and will be more broke if they try to do this also. Yes. And they've said that they want to do their own convention, which is beautiful. Go ahead and try. Muller-Ram says, am I the only one who doesn't like the idea of Trump and JD both being at Charlie's funeral? I mean, I don't disagree with you on the premise, but at the same time, you've got to send a signal of strength. So while I do understand where you're coming from, you've got to show strength. You just do. Bubba Doom says, for the Christians, pray for our country, pray for the service on Sunday, pray for your loved ones, be vigilant. Thank you, Bubba Doom. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Willie Will, what are you looking for? Talking about, are you still dealing with any issues on Teespring? Is that what you were talking about? I don't know if you are. I know some people are still dealing with it. I'm working on it, trying to do my best with what capability I have. That's why I haven't put anything else for sale until everybody gets all of their stuff from Teespring. We've had a ton of shirts that I've wanted to launch, but okay. So that's why I haven't. I just have not wanted to launch anything because there's been so many shipping problems with them. It's frustrating as hell. Eric Heffelfinger says, because of the JD Vance meme, I'm, defecting to China. They got it right about the internet and media. Yeah, I hear you on that. And Willie Will, I see you still have 2 orders still waiting. And to be fair, I'm still waiting on 3 orders myself. It's really frustrating. And that's why I just have not launched anything else. So I apologize. I am actively working on a different provider for that, though. Let's see. Packet Proton says multiple shots fired at ABC affiliate in Sacramento. I saw that story. I didn't look too far into it. Hopefully everybody's okay. Hammer of Subtlety says, just want to stay safe. Just want to say stay safe, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so next on the list, we got to talk about Jimmy Kimmel because this story is not going away. So we have this report from Variety right here. Jimmy Kimmel and Disney working to reach a compromise to bring his show back. Now, a lot of people are running with the headlines that he's coming back, but I don't know if that's necessarily true right now. So it says insiders caution that no agreement is in sight, but discussions continue as Kimmel weighs concerns about staff job losses if show ends. And screw you. It says right here, Kimmel and Disney are working towards reaching a compromise that will allow Jimmy Kimmel Live to return. And it says the veteran host of business and legal representatives are deep in discussions with Disney and ABC leaders in the hopes of finding a path to compromise that would allow the return of Jimmy Kimmel Live, according to 3 people with knowledge in the situation. Now, we've got a video here from Megyn Kelly talking about this. Megyn Kelly reveals Jimmy Kimmel was preparing to attack MAGA instead of apologizing on Wednesday. I have not watched this video yet.
But chief among them was, not only was last night mostly, that there were multiple reasons why Jimmy Kimmel was pulled off the air, but chief among them was, not only was he not planning on apologizing when he was going to go back out on his show Wednesday evening, he was planning on attacking MAGA, attacking. My words are being purposefully twisted, he was planning on saying, per a report in the Wall Street Journal. See, it's our fault that we didn't understand.
Can I just say something that I think is just, maybe you'll agree, maybe you'll disagree. I think most of you will agree. Megyn Kelly is hot as hell. My goodness. I mean, damn. Okay.
That really he was supposed to be super supportive of MAGA. He wasn't pointing the finger at MAGA. Just a reminder for those of you who hadn't heard them, here's what he said on Monday night that caused the trouble. Sot one.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Unbelievable. I mean, like every word there was untrue. Like literally every word he said was false.
Yep.
And an intentional smear. And the shooter had nothing whatsoever to do with MAGA, which he knew. And I'll tell you how I know he knew. Jimmy Kimmel has made perfectly clear in the past that he's factual. He's super factual. Is this a SOT, guys, or is this just a quote? But he got into his own little dispute with Aaron Rodgers, the football player.
I remember that.
Who had suggested Jimmy Kimmel might be on the Epstein list. And Jimmy Kimmel was very upset about that allegation. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy Kimmel went out on his show and said the following in January of 2024.
He decided to insinuate that I am a pedophile. This is how these nuts do it now. You don't like Trump, you're a pedophile. It's their go-to move. And it shows you how much they actually care about pedophilia. And as far as the, well, you say things about people all the time argument goes, yes, I do. It's not the same. It's not even close to the same. We say a lot of things on this show. We don't make up lies. In fact, we have a team of people who work very hard to sift through facts and reputable sources before I make a joke. And that's an important distinction because the truth still matters. And when I do get something wrong, which happens on rare occasions, you know what I do? I apologize for it, which is what Aaron Rodgers should do, which is what a decent person would do.
I want to show you this too. Let's be clear. What did I say about Jimmy Kimmel? Ultimately, this comes down to nobody's watching him anymore. Right there. Nobody liked Jimmy Kimmel's show. That's why he was fired. The numbers don't lie. There you have it. Right there. That is him over the last 10 years. Massive decline. No one likes this guy. All of these people standing out there protesting, saying how much they love Jimmy Kimmel and how unfair this is, they're not watching his show. No one is watching his show. No one cares. The moment that Trump took over, Jimmy Kimmel has been in free fall because his TDS has turned off so many people. They are sick of it.
So he is what we would call in the law a fucking liar because he says he has a team of fact checkers that don't allow him to say lies and that if he errs, he'll go out there and apologize and clear it up. But he was entirely wrong in trying to blame this shooting on MAGA and saying this shooter was affiliated with MAGA or one of theirs. And he knew it. And the reason I know he knew it is because he says he has a team of researchers that researches every fact before he says it on his show. And what we knew as of Monday night was that this shooter, while yes, he had Republican parents, do your parents, does their...
Oh, Laughing Man says, I have to give memberships because Megyn Kelly dropped the F-bomb. Oh, is that what we're doing now, Laughing Man?
Party registration dictate what you're going to be? Oh, if only. If only. No. That what matters is what were his politics. That's what we're looking for here, and most specifically his motive. We know that this was a unaffiliated voter. That's how he was registered, this shooter. We knew that his own mother said that he had gone leftward. We didn't yet have the mother saying he had latched on to pro-gay and pro-trans ideology. That came another day later. Fine. But we knew that he was living with somebody who is transitioning male to female, that he, Tyler, was into, quote, furry culture, that the man he's living with was also dressed like a, quote, furry, with it, which is an anthropomorphic, I don't know, human/animal type.
The fact that Megyn Kelly is having to describe a furry is showing you where we are as a country right now. It's insane.
Living with was also dressed like a, quote, furry, with it, which is an anthropomorphic, I don't know, human/animal type character that people have weird sexual fetishes around. Don't go there. It's closely linked to the trans community. That's what you need to know. We know that the Utah governor had said he was driven by leftist ideology. We know that the bullet casings had leftist messages on them, like anti-fascist catch, here fascist catch, an anti-fascist song, and the notices bulges, OWO, which is another, it's a reference to furry culture. Once again, all of that, of course, spells leftist to anybody with eyes and ears and a brain. And by the way, we didn't even have to go that far. All you needed to know was that Charlie Kirk got shot at one of the Charlie Kirk events. And you knew it was someone who hated Charlie Kirk because...
Well, I mean, MSNBC did say that it could have been a Trump supporter that was firing off his gun in celebration. Yes, that happened, by the way, and that person got fired. But you had an MSNBC person, as soon as Charlie Kirk was shot, said that. We don't know if it's one of the Trump supporters that is firing off a gun in celebration. We're not sure the circumstances yet. Absolutely insane. What's up, Smash JT? Hail to you, brother.
Because of his politics. That was obvious. Only leftists trying to deny any connection to the shooter or his ideology or what infected his mind would deny that. So he knew. He knew because he had his team of fact checkers who knew all the things I just said, because I know them, and I too am into facts. And I learned them from the same news sources he had access to, or his fact checkers did, which is how I know it was an intentional lie that he told on the air on Monday night. And the other reason I know it was an intentional lie was by the time we got into Tuesday, we did hear from the mother. We saw the indictment. We saw all of the things that were alleged at that press conference, specifically with the mother saying leftist ideology, the gay thing, the trans thing, which we knew was just more evidence, but whatever. It got even more airtight. And here's what he did on Tuesday night. On Tuesday night, already the controversy had blown up. And what did he say? Did he go out Tuesday night to apologize, to say, I got it wrong, let me correct it? Well, let's listen in. SOT 2.
Well, many in MAGA land are working very hard to capitalize on the murder of Charlie Kirk. The president and his henchmen are doing their best to fan the flames so they can, I guess, attack people on the dangerous left. Which is it? Are they a bunch of sissy pickleball players because they're too scared to get hit by tennis balls, or a well-organized, deadly team of commandos? Because they can't be both of those things.
The fact that Disney and ABC are even talking to this piece of garbage to try and negotiate something speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. Like, this guy doesn't deserve any conversation. I know they're talking with him. They're talking with his team. And I do, like, I don't want to be completely dismissive of, you have millions of dollars tied up into this. I get all of that, but they also had a lot of money tied up in Gina Carano, and they had no problem getting rid of her immediately for nothing at all. for absolutely nothing.
Unfortunately, it can, and it is. You have a super big tent for wackos over there on the left. Jimmy, you do have weak-kneed, soy boy, skater, scooter types who, would much more likely be on the pickle court than the tennis court, but there's nothing wrong with pickle. And then you do have the Antifa types, and you have the radical types who absolutely would take a gun, lie down on a rooftop, and try to kill the next president of the United States. And by the way, that description applies both to Trump and to Charlie. Everyone knows Charlie was going to be president one day. You could see it just upon shaking the man's hand. It's your side, Jimmy, that does that. Yeah. And it's your side that's feminizing men right out of their non-toxic masculinity, out of their masculinity, period. So that was his message on Tuesday night. Tuesday night, he's still attacking MAGA as working very hard to capitalize on the murder of Charlie Kirk. We want to we're in mourning, you fucking asshole. We're not capitalizing on the death of Charlie. We're in mourning. You leftist losers are out there trying to blame us for his death.
Dude, why does Megyn sound like me on Cobracast? She's saying leftist losers. She's dropping F-bombs. The heck is going on?
Trying to disparage his legacy, and we're trying to correct you, and we're trying to correct the record. And for once, we're fighting back. That's what you're talking about. You're just not used to it. You've crossed a line that we're not willing to let you cross without a fight. We usually blow you lunatics off as a fringe who we can't even respond to rationally. But it's beyond that now. So we get to Wednesday, and Disney and ABC are now in meltdown because, according to The Hollywood Reporter, The Wall Street Journal, CNN, the phone lines were ringing off the hooks.
Look, again, I need everybody to understand where we are. Years and years ago, it was just people like me and Gary and Ryan and all these, like, we were talking about Disney and how corrupt they were and all of this. And now you got Megyn Kelly calling out Disney and how corrupt they are. This is amazing. All these people like, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, we did. F&T calling stuff out. The 199 calling stuff out. But of course, oh my gosh, these guys are spreading too much negativity.
Both at ABC, at Disney, which owns ABC, of course, and at the affiliates, right? Because you've got the big ABC, like the headquarters where they make Good Morning America and all that. And then they have affiliates across the nation that bring you local news and so on. And they carry the ABC programming. They don't produce it. They kind of get it because they're ABC programs. And they have independent obligations under the law when it comes to the FCC and independent standards of taste and so on. And their phone lines were getting burned up too. And so they were upset. They too are feeling the vibe shift that we felt since Trump's election. And they've had it with this nonstop pinko commie leftist programming up and down their airwaves. From The View in the morning straight through to Kimmel in the evening. And don't even get me started on David Muir. And then you had Brendan Carr go on Benny Johnson's podcast and say, enough is enough. Like, these affiliates actually do need to take seriously their obligation of protecting the public interest when they decide what goes on their airwaves, and they should stand up. It was him saying, look, we can do this the hard way or we can do this the easy way, which sounded like I will get involved if I have to, but he hadn't yet. He had used words saying hard way, easy way, we'll see. And then they all started calling ABC saying, we're out. We do not want Jimmy Kimmel. We're out. We're not airing him tonight. Yes, there was the one group, Nexstar, which does have a merger that it needs FCC approval on. Got it. But then came Sinclair. They don't have a merger. They felt exactly as Nexstar did. We don't want him. And we certainly don't want him going back out there. Now we find out. And not only tripling down on the message, but turning it into yet another attack on MAGA. He was going to attack MAGA again. he was going to go out there.
I am still like it. I'm thinking back to like how far we have, come from since Megyn Kelly tried to roast Trump at the first debate back in 2016 and the only Rosie O'Donnell moment. And now here we are where Megyn Kelly is the most level-headed voice in all of this. And she's obviously got millions of, subscribers. She gets hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views every time she uploads a video. Obviously, she was the number one person at Fox News. She went to, I always forget where she went. I think she went to NBC after Fox News. And that kind of flopped pretty hard. And I think she kind of made a fool of herself a lot, actually, when she was at NBC. And now, like I said, this is why people like Don Lemon, Joy Reid, all of these clowns, like they can't, you have to be extremely talented to make that switch from a mainstream person to what Megyn Kelly's doing. Tucker Carlson can do it. Piers Morgan can do it. But, Jimmy Kimmel can't do it. He certainly can't do it. Seth Meyers, Joy Reid, Don Lemon, none of these people can do it. None of them.
And say my words are being purposefully twisted by MAGA. Here's how Elizabeth Wagmeister, a reporter on CNN, described his plan.
Jimmy wanted to go on his show last night, and in his monologue, I hear that he wanted to address the backlash from the right regarding his commentary about Charlie Kirk's charged killer. And I hear that monologue was very hot. It very much took aim at MAGA, and that is when the executive said, we can't have him go on the air tonight.
Yeah, so Disney pulled the plug. They called Jimmy. They had been speaking to him for hours saying, could you please tone it down, you complete loser? Those are my words. And he wouldn't. So you know what? They said, you don't own ABC, you don't own Disney, and we are indefinitely suspending you until you can get your shit back together.
I don't think that, I feel like there's a lot of damage control going on right now with the narrative out there. I just can't see how they're going to bring him back. I just don't. I feel like the damage is done. I feel like we are dealing with PR BS right now with this narrative that we're working to resolve his issue to bring him back. I just can't see, with his ratings being where they are and how much negativity this has created, I just don't see it.
He's not fired. We actually don't know how this is going to end. And that is the series of events that has led to the leftist meltdown now. And literally t-shirts, we're all Jimmy Kimmel. I am Jimmy Kimmel. As though they've lost, like Charlie, they're actually equating their loss of Jimmy Kimmel on his loser show, which no one watched, to our loss of Charlie Kirk.
And they are. So she's right about that. And thank you, Willie Will, for the 20 Get the memberships. Appreciate you, brother. So they've started this thing called We Are Jimmy Kimmel. And someone put a tweet out like they just created 100,000 or 1 million Jimmy Kimmels, and that's them basically making fun of the things that were said when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, because this is how the Democrats operate. It will not go well, okay? But I strongly believe that they need to keep talking. They need to keep showing the world who they are, because it is not helping at all. Showing these clips of Jimmy Kimmel and the horrible things he has said versus showing the clips of Charlie Kirk and all of the incredible things he said, and how he, even when people didn't like him or disagreed with him, he was willing to have a conversation, said he had love for them even if they didn't like him. Show those things. And then for people to go, we're all Jimmy Kimmel. Okay.
These people are sick.
So really well said by, Megyn Kelly. And, we've got this right here from Deadline. The crew of Jimmy Kimmel Live will be paid next week. Deadline understands that the ABC show sent out a note to staff to inform them on the move to talks between the company and Kimmel. Kimmel and Disney executives have been talking since the network indefinitely preempted Jimmy Kimmel Live on Wednesday night. There were discussions yesterday and more today. That's from Deadline. So I feel like this is more PR garbage, but I don't know. I have no idea. So we shall see. Thank you for the 5, Randor. Appreciate you, brother. 5 gifted memberships. Hail to you. We got, let's see. Jeffrey Jackson says, Megyn may sound like you, but she sure doesn't look like you. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that one, Jeffrey. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Appreciate you. Let's see. Willie Will with 20 gifted memberships. Hail to Willie Will. Hail to the chat. Let's see where we're at. Dark Schwartz Rising for 20 says, did you see Adam Carolla's comments on Jimmy Kimmel getting suspended? I like Adam, but he has a real blind spot for his friend. I didn't see his comments, but it's been so long ago because I had Adam Carolla on Geeks and Gamers years ago. I feel like I asked Adam Carolla about Jimmy Kimmel when I interviewed him. And I feel like he basically was like, Jimmy's always been right by me. I understand we disagree. I feel like, and again, they're friends and all that. I get it, but Jimmy Kimmel's a terrible person. He just is. So let's see. Noise Slave for $20 says, I had to describe what furry was to my MAGA Gen X parents because of the bullet engravings. They straight up didn't believe me. Yeah. It's try describing that to your parents or something like that. And wait, what? What? I get it, man. I totally understand that. MAGA Cracker Mike says, last week I chatted that Charlie Kirk was the William Wallace of our time, and Benny Johnson made an AI meme of Charlie Kirk as William Wallace giving his battle speech. They're watching us. Hell yes. Well, I have this clip right here from Benny. Where was it? So this is from Benny. Local ABC affiliates are calling me nonstop to share just how dead Jimmy Kimmel's show really was. The numbers were worse than anyone realized. Viewership was non-existent. Ads wouldn't sell, and stations were fed up with being forced to air it. It was set to collapse at any moment. We just gave them the push they needed. So let's listen to this.
Have reached out to me. I've taken a never-ending stream of calls from the ABC News affiliates and broadcast affiliates writ large. And those owners are telling me, thank you. We are the broadcast partners of ABC. It is our right to take the broadcast down if we do not believe it is in the public interest of our audience. ABC isn't just some type of giant monolith that just broadcasts to all 330 million homes in America. ABC News must partner with locally owned, privately owned stations. And those stations, which represent, no doubt, Trump voters, the majority of them are Trump voters. Remember, you live in a country where 90% of the counties are Trump counties. Those station owners are sick to their stomach about the programming that is coming out of ABC. But they've never had the temerity or the backbone or the cultural moment to finally say, we're pulling Jimmy Kimmel's show. Till now. Here's what those owners told me, and a lot of this is going to come out, but boy, they told me some special little secrets about Jimmy Kimmel. One of the owners told me that Jimmy Kimmel's program has been like a hockey stick downward. That they can't even sell ads against Jimmy Kimmel's show.
And anybody, it's so easy to understand this. Jimmy Kimmel has become completely irrelevant. We've seen it. We've seen how Even on YouTube, they would push his videos to the YouTube feed. I would see Jimmy Kimmel stuff pushed to my YouTube feed constantly. They were doing everything they could to make this dude irrelevant. He is irrelevant. He's the definition of irrelevant. Listen, we talked about it the other day. I mentioned a lot of people that I don't necessarily like, but I can acknowledge that someone is entertaining or very talented or good at what they do. Jimmy Kimmel is not good. He's just not. Jimmy Kimmel is not good as a host, as a comedian, as a commentator. He is not good. He's not entertaining. Nobody is a Jimmy Kimmel fan. Nobody. 0 people are Jimmy Kimmel fans. So who's watching this? Airports? That's pretty much all he's going to get his ratings from is airports at this point in time.
Because so few people watch it in the key demo and in their region that they can't even sell like local Ford dealership ads against Jimmy Kimmel. The Ford dealership doesn't want the association. The local Ford dealership doesn't want the association. They can't sell Jimmy Kimmel's show because Jimmy Kimmel's show is such a repulsive stick in the eye to the vast majority of Americans. Now, that is a collapsing business model. That's a spiraling business model that ABC News wants to get rid of. ABC News was well on their way to getting rid of Jimmy Kimmel.
And we just gave them a reason. Tobias Gregory for a $100 as I lift my pint to my brothers and sisters in the USA this morning. I honestly cannot overstate how much I admire you as a people. When I first visited the U.S. in 2013, I was inspired by how much you all love your country. The Anglosphere is in peril. Stay strong, mates. Look at that, man. That is super awesome. Hail to you. I appreciate it. That is great. Hail to you. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. And that's like it, man. Like it's all we want, like, is to have respectful people, no matter where you're from. You know, it's all just like me. I've never went overseas or to another country or anything like that. But as I've talked about before, if I ever do go to another country, my full expectation is I have to adapt to this country. They're not there to cater to me. I'm going to them and their culture. So I should respect them and their culture. Whatever that is, I should respect that. There's this idea that we're all supposed to respect everybody and their ways, and we're not supposed to culturally appropriate. We're not supposed. This is America. We can do whatever the hell we want. And if you come over here, we're not supposed to appeal to you or adapt to you. Speak English. And if you can't speak English, then get someone that can help you understand what's going on. It's not my job to learn your language because you decided to come to this country. This idea that we're supposed to adapt to you is bullshit. Always has been. Just like the idea of me going to your country and you adapting to me is bullshit. You shouldn't have to adapt to me. I'm the one that needs to adapt to you. I'm going to your country. And we're getting back to that spirit, thankfully. Yeah, but Jeremy, you're from Alabama. This is true. Very true. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. By the way, over on Rumble, Rankin gives 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Rankin. I appreciate that. Hail to the Rumble chat. Thank you so much. Mola Ram says, why won't Mossad let you cut your hair D-Day Frobra? Shave your damn head. Harami. Now I thought it was Jeremy. It's not. I don't know, man. Look, all I can tell you, I can't get into specifics. All right. I got some really cool things happening over the next couple of weeks. And I may not be able to wear my hat to a couple of these things, but so I've been thinking about, like, do I cut my hair or do I just, actually style it? Because I haven't styled my hair in God knows how long, because I think that's gay. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. I'm doing a lot of traveling over the next couple of weeks. Actually, starting next Monday, I'm going to be on the road for about 3 weeks. So you'll still see me. I'll still be streaming. You might be seeing me stream from my truck. You might see me streaming from hotels, wherever. But I will be streaming. But I'm going to be traveling a lot. So we'll see how it goes. Let's continue on with Benny.
We just gave him a little nudge.
That's all we did. We gave him a little nudge. They needed it.
I just want to thank these local stations. They've called me up. They said, thank you. I want to thank them. Nexstar and Sinclair are the two that really stood their ground here. Without these local stations, please scroll down to the bottom here, Klein. Thank you. Without these local stations, that, by the way, you're talking about 100 million. My numbers were wrong. I was corrected yesterday. You're talking 100 million American homes. Well, Jimmy Kimmel, last we checked, gets 1 million viewers a night. 1 million viewers a night. Like any random video, a video of me walking down the street will do 1 million views. But kind of depending on what it is, you know? The video we posted outside of Charlie Kirk's memorial will do 1 million views. Believe that. Jimmy Kimmel gets just 1 million views a night. What about in the key demographic? That's people that are under the age of 50. That's what the advertisers all want to reach. 129,000 viewers.
That's crazy.
129,000 viewers in the key demographic.
That is crazy.
Jimmy Kimmel's show is a zombie show.
That is insane. He gets so much backing and so much support. What are we doing? Again, I asked you genuinely, who is a Jimmy Kimmel fan? Like, as much as I can't stand Hassan, I think Hassan is so incredibly boring. I don't know why people watch him, but I do know that Hassan does have some fans. I think they're mentally deranged, but he does have fans, okay? He just does. Who's a Jimmy Kimmel fan, though? Seriously. Nobody.
It's an already broken, dead show. It doesn't work. It's gone. It was a zombie show. They didn't need any help. We just gave ABC probably cover to do what they wanted to do forever. And we finally gave the affiliates the backbone to stand up and say, F this. And so we just want to say thank you to the affiliate partners who allowed for all this to happen. 129,000. 129,000.
That's crazy.
Viewers. Dude. That's crazy. See, like on YouTube alone on election night, I think we had like 300,000 concurrents. Like every single podcast that we do does more than that. And we're nowhere close to like the big, we're really proud of everything here. Like we're not close to like the single biggest show. We're very, very proud of this audience. We love how exponential the growth has gone. And all the owners tell me that Jimmy Kimmel's viewership, since they started Jimmy Kimmel's show, the viewership has been a hockey stick downward. That's an exact quote from one of the most powerful men in media.
It's the definition of just a complete and total phony of what Jimmy Kimmel's following is. The biggest fraud in all of media right now. There is nobody that watches this guy. No one is a Jimmy Kimmel fan. No one cares about this guy, but they have fake propped him up with his fake studio audience and trying to push him through the algorithm. And no one cares. No one cares.
So I didn't get much sleep last night. Forgive me.
Yeah, Benny's voice is almost gone
this morning.
His voice is almost gone.
But if you think we're going to stop and your little sneering, scolding, latte drinking, vanilla, like pumpkin spice takes from your weakling Republican side, which got us into this position, if you think that that's going to stop us, buckle up.
I mean, Benny is the man, and he's going to continue to be the man. He's crushing it, and he ain't slowing down no time soon. And it's fantastic to see. And he gets it. As we've said, we've had him on Friday Night Tights. I mean, you guys remember? Let me see if I can find this. I gotta go to. Many of you probably don't know about this, so I'm going to show you. Many of you probably don't know about this. Let's see if I can find it. This is a couple of years ago now because, well, about a year and a half ago, I'm guessing. Right here. Here we go. If Twitter video would work. Of course, it's not working. Twitter videos. All right, here we go right here. Right here.
We're going to the Geeks and Gamers panel to see and stay incredibly based. This was our first comic convention, so I didn't know what to expect when we walked into the Geeks and Gamers breakout session at MegaCon. Look at this packed room, wall to wall, people standing, room only, with some of our favorite creators on the internet, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Eric July, RK Outpost, Ryan Kimmel, and Jeremy, the founder of Geeks and Gamers. What a kick-ass crew. It was an honor to be invited, and, well, I was never expecting this. This is MagaCon, right?
It's MagaCon, I believe that's how it's pronounced.
This is MagaCon?
Now, listen, I made sure when I saw you guys walk in, I'm like, I see Benny sneak in there. I'm going to give him a massive shout out and the crowd's going to go nuts for him. And it went perfectly. It could not have gone better. You guys just went in there and saw it. That's supposed to be 700 people. Hollywood stars can barely get it half full. And it was jam-packed for our entire
It was
panel.
wall to wall. There were people standing along the walls.
Yes, which is absolutely phenomenal. So it's just a testament to everybody out there. It's amazing to see. The movement has been going on for a long time, and finally people are starting to realize, people in the business are starting to realize we've been doing it wrong the whole time. We've been ignoring all these normal people and pandering to freaks. And there's a lot more normal people than there are out there than freaks.
Yeah, I think you've proved that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
oh wait, Trump or Biden 2024?
You know, obviously Trump.
Hey, Trump or Biden 2024? Excuse me, sir. Trump or Biden 2024? Who are you? I'm a reporter for MagaCon here.
Okay, I'm a Nikki Haley fan because Fox News told me to be. Explanation was not they didn't like Donald Trump. They said he participated in an erection, and I have to an insurrection. Sorry.
Of course, Trump 2024, MAGA. If Joe Biden was a character in the MCU, who would he be?
He is Captain Marvel because everybody's trying to push her, but nobody actually cares and nobody shows up. And everybody that actually goes to the theater, they're actually dead.
So, yeah, the point being is that Benny, he gets it, man. He understands how important, the entertainment world is from a cultural standpoint. He understands all of that. He's always been a supporter of us, and I love that he is crushing it, and it's pretty awesome, man. So, let's see. You look so much younger. When? In person or on that video or now? My mom told me that the beard made me look older. And then because I remember when I grew out my if you want to call it a beard, my facial hair, my mom was like, you look so much older with facial hair. When's the next G&G meetup? MegaCon next year. MegaCon next year. So that's what, March of next year. So, and we're doing it up. It's going to be a huge deal. Details might have details next week. So let's see here. All right. So we got legalize adulthood for a proper $199 Israeli Whale Defense Force Unit 199 with more shekels for your Mossad operation. When I worked in France, I spoke French and I adopted French ways. Yes, I was gay because I was in France. When you come to the USA, you speak English and you respect individual liberty. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Let's go. Thank you so much, Legalize Adulthood. And also with the 20 gifted memberships, because hell yes, 20 gifted memberships. And you know how we celebrate? Because of course, this is how we celebrate. Jiggle physics for the win all day, every day.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming, and now it's turned around. It turns around, and it's coming, and it's gonna. I said, oh. Because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's, oh.
Thank you so much, Legalize Adulthood. I appreciate you, man. And the shot at France was pretty funny as well. So that was good stuff. Okay, we have more to talk about because President Trump has called out just randomly calls out David Letterman. President Trump on True Social says, whatever happened to the very highly overrated David Letterman, whose ratings were never good either? He looks like hell, but at least he knew when to quit. Loser. It's just he looks like hell, but at least he knew when to quit. Loser. Oh my God. How can you not love Trump? Like, how? It's impossible at this point. Oh man. Amazing. Amazing. Now what is this? Hang on. Wait, Alex Jones has challenged Destiny to a fight? What? Alex Jones just went nuclear and challenged liberal streamer Destiny to a raw fist fight over his disrespect against Charlie Kirk. And what? What?
Hell, I didn't get to this, but Destiny, that scumbag piece of filth, celebrating Charlie's death and saying more Republicans need to die to intimidate us. That's terrorism. That's calling for terrorism. Elon Musk is calling for his arrest. You got free speech, but you don't have saying we go out and target and kill people to silence them. That's racketeering. That's terrorism. That's terroristic threats. And I'm telling you, I just got a gut feeling that guy's not going to be too happy very soon. People are sick of this crap. And he talks about he stalked people and planned to kill them and their families and all this other stuff, try to act all scary and tough. Those little wild, beady eyes reminds me of the serial killer in Dirty Harry. They have a tour where they were stalking Kirk around the country and all this crap. I mean, it's just disgusting. And they've taken our kindness for weakness, and it's just not going to go on forever. Not calling for any offensive violence against this guy. But I got a sneaking suspicion. He's already done a lot of stuff to be under investigation. I wonder what's on those hard drives. I got a real good feeling. Something tells me that'd be real informative. So obviously, to me, it looks like he's on methamphetamine. I'm not saying he is. He's a cowardly piece of filth. I challenge him to bare knuckles boxing match. No limit. He can wear brass knuckles. I'll go bare fisting. Did that a few days ago. I hadn't heard anything from the big, tough man. Brass knuckles, punk. See how you do. Let's get in the ring right now. I'm an old man, too, son. You're going to beat the hell out of me so easy with those brass knuckles. You're so tough. So mean, so strong. Look at those eyes. Thinks he's so powerful because he has delusions of what he can do to people. He has no idea. I'm so sick of cowards playing in a man's world.
Gosh, like I wish. Look, I love Alex. I wish he would not entertain Destiny. As I've said, Destiny is really good at this. Destiny is going to eat this up. This is what he wants. This is exactly what he wants. Like, I agree with everything he said, but this is what Destiny wants. I saw a tweet, and at least someone else gets it. I saw a tweet from Tim Pool, actually. I got to find it. I'm scrolling right now to look. Right here. Okay, so at least Tim understands it. So people have been talking about Destiny got demonetized on YouTube. And Tim says, no, he hasn't. Y'all just fall for it. Pause memberships more likely indicates that he did this to troll you. Now, it's possible that he did get demonetized, but I don't know. I have no idea if he did or not. But when I heard that he got demonetized, again, I just thought, like, did he really? Like, I heard people saying about it, saying that he did. And I'm like, did he really? Because he's already lied about what happened to him on Twitch. So, again, bottom line is he wants people angry. He wants people aggravated. He wants people ranting. He wants people to be triggered. Just don't let him do it. That's all I'm saying, man. Because that's truly what he wants. Jeremy Wormy says it has been confirmed that he was demonetized. Who confirmed that? Just curious. Because again, same people were saying that Twitch banned him, and that happened in 2022. So, but I wouldn't doubt it. Look, you can say whatever you want about YouTube, and people have said plenty. In my opinion, of the major social media platforms, YouTube is the best. It doesn't mean they're good, doesn't mean that they're great, but YouTube is the best of all of the social media platforms. And we've seen that time and time again. It's better than Twitter, better than Facebook, it's better than Instagram. So, I mean, if you want to bring Rumble into it, Rumble's not on the same page as YouTube. It's just not even close. So, let's see where we're at. We got Default says, my God, imagine protesting that poor man's funeral. Matt Frog says dating AOC would now be considered hogging. MAGA Mike says Charlie Kirk would want us to keep winning. Let's see. Tesh says that we are with you, our Olga of Kiev. Defending Truth says the Civil War already started. We live in two worlds. Elwing's Secret Garden says in regards to AOC, no one said it better than Senator John Kennedy. Operation Let Her Speak. Benjamin Loken says Operation Let Her Speak. Meme Senator Kennedy. Bubba Doom says AOC got an ass 2 pick handles wide. Forgive me. Munchie Ninja says, can you shout me out? Polish Prince says, breaking news, President Trump ends H-1B visa system by charging $100,000 per visa per year. Yes, so that's a huge story that, again, every day in Trump world, it's just so much news that it's hard to keep up with all of it. But I mean, this is a big story right here. Breaking President Trump is set to sign a proclamation as soon as today, and he did sign it, requiring a $100,000 fee for H-1B visa applications. Wow. Trump is targeting firms which abuse the visa program, displacing U.S. workers by importing foreign labor per BBG. Currently, fees run about $1,000. Big increase, massive increase. So A lot of people have been complaining about this. I know Elon Musk was very much, in favor of the H-1B visa program, and a lot of companies have completely abused this. And this is why you've seen so many. They basically hire all of these people from overseas, give them an H-1B visa, and pay them significantly cheaper than they would pay an American. And now he's making that much more difficult. So, this is a huge move. And it's a necessary move, and I'm glad that President Trump is doing it. So, again, thank you, President Trump. This is what I voted for. Boom. And there it is. So I'm sure there's going to be a meltdown over this. I'm sure people are going to complain about it, all of that, but let them complain. Nobody cares. Smart View says, my friend's lungs collapsed that week, broke me. Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. It was Edwin, right? Is that what his name? I know you sent it earlier, so rest in peace. Rest in peace. Horseface says, Jeremy looks like a stallion. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Rob says, Kada's appearance was not only the first on FNT. Frank Jr. made his debut as well. And the striking thing was that he was the third shortest on the panel. Were there some jokes about Kada and comics division as to who was taller? I'm sure there was. Emu Atako says AOC swallows. Not even saying it. Udite says JD on that trike is scarier than the actual movie. Jeremy Uso says yeet. Eric K says, I know of a great t-shirt and hoodie company. I'm not sure if you have heard of them. It's a company called Nine Line. Only wish they had a flex fit. Phil says, don't know what she's saying, but I approve. CG says, little late to the stream, but did you react to what Crowder said about the left terrorizing at rallies and what needs to happen? Worth the watch. I watched it earlier. Well, I watched him and Tim Pool having a discussion earlier. I don't know if that's one you're referencing right now or not. Rankin 68 on Rumble for 20 says Hail Unit 199. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hail to the Rumble chat. Knee Pain says it's been 9 days since Charlie Kirk was taken from us. I haven't heard one city burned to the ground or a Best Buy looted, just saying. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? Like I said, I mean, I'm waiting for, and thank you, Knee Pain. I'm waiting for the email to where we're supposed to go loot like a Bass Pro Shop or something like that. I haven't heard anything about it. Because again, George Floyd, they go get Jordans, right? So like, can I go get some fishing equipment or, something like that? Some hunting boots? Like, isn't that what we're supposed to do? I'm just saying. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? Madney says AOC fat. Eric Heffelfinger says Meeks a furry and DEI. Should we be concerned? Yes. Loot the Nintendo store. Michael Williams says Rep Omar is on CNN defending herself, calling him a racist. It is evil. Doesn't surprise me. Ministry of Wrong Things says, call me crazy, but Megyn Kelly gives off white Candace Owens vibes. No shade, but her way of speaking feels similar to a creepy extent to me anyway. Well, the thing about Megyn Kelly is that she has made such a drastic jump from where she was to where she is now. So I don't think you're completely off base with that. It's a drastic jump that she's made for sure. And I don't know what to make of Candace. Whatever you think of Candace, she's smart. She's smart as hell. I mean, she's worked her way into Turning Point USA. She was with the Daily Wire. Now she's doing her thing now. She's met with President Trump. Like, Candace Owens is smart. I don't agree with her. I don't think she's crazy. I think she's smart as hell and she knows what she's doing. So we'll see what happens. Phil says, how can you look at Megyn and like men? Also, can you replay her video? I was not listening. CG says, invite Megyn Kelly to Cobracast. Brian Doyle says, you are wearing the same outfit, Fig. Babo Yogi says, Jeremy went drag and called himself Megyn. Let's see. Omniscient guy says, I might have to start watching Megyn Kelly on mute again. Zip. Only Rosie O'Donnell. Thank you for the 10. JPS says millions of Charlie Kirks versus a dozen Kimmels. Eric K says, Jeffrey Jackson, you may have seen Jeremy in a dress, makeup, and wig. How do you know? He may look like Megyn Kelly. Dude, if I look like Megyn Kelly, I don't even want to repeat what I'd be doing to myself. But if I looked like Megyn Kelly, I think my streaming would take a hit because I would be very happy enjoying the view. Let's just say, Vault 95 says, the night isn't complete without a gaming stream. Your Barmy says, frost your tips, Jeremy. Lance, okay. McCock says, old PPV instead of Raw and SmackDown on locals. Brockatron says, it's interesting that the left celebrates Kirk's death because he's a fascist. I wonder if they'd celebrate JFK's death too, since he was anti-communist. Fish Urethra says, holy shit, you can grow facial hair. I mean, I grew facial hair out a couple years ago, and it was, I look back on those videos and it is just, I'm like, what was I thinking? It looks bad. Patrick C says, sometimes I forget that President Trump was nearly assassinated himself. It feels like we don't talk about that nearly enough. Agreed. Jeremy Uso says, yo, main event here. Just sending out a chat to call this poser Jeremy a fig. He has no heat. Yeet. Legalized Adult says, true news for Jeremy. They're the furriest of fans. Chester Wolf the Griffin says, Philadelphia residents are fed up with the Democratic Party. They tried to unsafe Metro network trash not being collected for weeks on end. People are sick and tired of living in filth and hatred. Philly, from what I understand, and I haven't spent any significant time in Philadelphia, from what I understand, it's an absolute like shit show there. That's what I've heard. So from a lot of people, it's dangerous, crime everywhere. I've heard Philly is bad. NPC Hero says, hey, Jeremy, does Benny seem genuine in real life? I like a lot of what of the right-wing content creators, but he always comes off as extremely phony to me. Benny's legit as hell in real life. So yeah, he's solid. He's always taking care of, G&G. He's always been genuine. So yeah, absolutely. I have nothing but good things to say about Benny and knowing him in real life. And he's always looking out too. He's always like, if I need help or anything like that, he's always, and he's not asking for credit or anything like that. So, East Coast Toasted Boy says, unfortunately, I won't even make it to that MegaCon either. Unfortunately, it is because I will be in Norway. Can you say the reason right now, though? Or can't say the reason right now. Well, I'm happy that you're going on. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. And MegaCon's going to be huge this year. And as soon as I get specifics, so MegaCon's happening in March, and we're working on all of the specifics right now. And as soon as I have those deets worked out, so for those of you that don't know, like, so we do, we do our panel at MegaCon, and then we do our post meetup, fan meetup outside of MegaCon, and we're working on getting all those deets worked out. Darth Gorbag for a new membership. Thank you. Fantastic Knox says, if Kimmel has popularity, then he should start a podcast. He keeps saying that people watch his show and quips are good. Muller Ram says, Destiny would rather suck Alex than fight him. I didn't need that visual. Do you have Streamlabs working for this chat? Let me pull it up if you've seen anything on Streamlabs. I'll look right now. Let's see here. See, always looking at the chat. Always looking at the chat. So, so let's see. That would be today. So, no for $3 says, have you seen what Trump did with the female reporter that kept interrupting? Starts at 121 on the White House YouTube. I don't think I've seen that one. I've got a bunch pulled up, so I'll have to see if I have that one. I'm not sure, though. I'll have to see if I have that one. Matt Frog says, it feels like mean tweets are back on the menu. I love mean tweets. Also, dub Alex Jones. Tennessee Tornado says, Destiny versus Jones at UFC White House. Devault says, Trump starts each day with a big drink of haterade. Jay Hamilton says, Destiny looks like a gay inbred Tyrion Lannister. Gold Nuggets says AOC still hotter than Anna Paulina Luna. Golden Nuggets, you need to stop. Golden Nuggets, you need to stop right now. What is wrong with you?
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
And yes, I did use the Obama one that time. Braun Perlman says, what? Kindly observe my bank account. I work a simple job at 7-Eleven. My uncle drives truck. 14 people live in my single family house. Thank you, Braun Perlman. Lo-Fi says, if you like anime and music, come hang out. Hail chat. Thank you. Horse faces Jeremy Cute. What? Darth Goreback says, geez, PoopTube is clamping hard with the censorship. Wouldn't let me send a super chat with a joke even after rewriting it 10 different ways. They do that, but you can go over to Rumble. Textmaster for 10 on Rumble says, hell no to female presidents. Once another one in, once another one in another country says she got a fat ass, she'll break out the nukes. Hail the 199. Thank you. And then Rankin says, hail, had to send another to say hi, or to say hail to the Rumble chat. We are not redheaded stepchildren. Hail Cobracast, hail Snake Pit, hail the 199. Not at all. I look, you send super chats over there, I'm going to read them too. So, I mean, that's just how it goes. So, hail to Rumble. Appa says, please do your best Trump impression. I don't do the Trump impression. Everybody does the Trump impression, and everybody thinks they're good at it. I'm not good at it, so I don't do it because I'm really not good at it. You know what I mean? It's really that simple. People like Beardo think they're good at it, and then they do it, and it's really cringy. Like, I know my limits, okay? I know my limit. So I just don't do it. Because I appreciate the chat. I respect the chat. It's just not a good, let's see, is this it right here? Oh yeah, okay, I think this is what Streamlabs was right here. Hang on.
Mr. President, when are you going to get details?
We're going to be going into New York too.
Mr. President,
and we're going to be going in quiet. You're really obnoxious.
I'm not obnoxious, but I'm trying to ask you, what about your plans
You are
for
really
Memphis?
obnoxious.
I'm not obnoxious, but I am asking, what are your plans for Memphis? Many people want
I'm
to
not going to talk to you until I call on you.
What are your plans for
So,
Memphis?
who
Mr.
else? Yeah,
President?
go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to sell this free speech question because you've said that you restored free speech in America.
I have not seen this one. That is so good.
We're going to be going into New York too.
Mr. President,
And we're going to be going in quiet. You're really obnoxious.
I'm not obnoxious, but I'm trying to ask you, what about your plans
You are
for
really
Memphis?
obnoxious.
I'm not obnoxious, but I am asking, what are your plans for Memphis? Many people want
I'm
to
not going to talk to you until I call on you.
What are your plans for
So,
Memphis?
who
Mr.
else? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to
Get her out. Get her out. We're done with it. Nobody wants to hear this crap. I'm not obnoxious. Yes, you are. You're extremely obnoxious. JL23 says, Jeremy, did you hear about the Battlefield 6 dev and what he said about Charlie? I canceled my Battlefield pre-order because of it. F Dyson EA. No, I did not. What did the Battlefield 6 dev say about Charlie? Good Lord, man, these people can't shut up. You had all the momentum. I did not hear about this. I'll have to look up this story. I was not aware of this. So, wow. Holy crap. Ugh. Amazing. Westward Smile says, is it true Erika announced her pregnancy? Don't know about that. I don't know about that. CGA7343 says, yes, that's the video I was referring to with Tim Pool. Okay, yeah, I did watch that video, and I thought it was really, really good and eye-opening. Really eye-opening. Big Troll Media says, Golden Nuggets likes horse faces. Let's see. Isaac says, let's see, only Trisha Helfer is hotter. Who is that? I don't know who that is hotter than Anna Paulina Luna. Who is that? Isaac. Now I got to Google. Now I got to Google. Let's see. Horse faces, Golden Nuggets. See what is wrong with this horse face account? Stop it. Darth Gorbex has officially gave up on the R site this week because of the viewer base was extreme ZDS, Zionist derangement syndrome, which is beyond annoying. The Skywalker Club Productions. Jeremy, honest question. Do you support the FCC being able to put pressure on free speech? I don't care about Kimmel, but the right may be retarded. The right may be retarded. You said LY, but I do. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it in theory, or in isolation. I don't, but we have got to fight back these evil pieces of garbage. We have to. And if we don't fight these evil pieces of garbage, like standing by and just going, oh, well, we're nice and you're evil. To fight evil, you're going to have to step up. So, and I don't know specifically, there's still a lot of things that aren't clear about what this whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, what happened with it. So I don't know specifically the details. There's a lot of speculation the FCC had something to do with it, or they pressured him, whatever. All I can operate on is what I know. And what I know is Jimmy Kimmel's ratings have been terrible. No one is watching him. That's truly what this comes down to. No narrative or spin is going to change the fact that no one is watching Jimmy Kimmel. So when you go out there and you disrespect half the country, these stations are just like, we don't want anything to do with you. Our advertisers don't want anything to do with you. You're not worth the trouble that you bring. So I think that that's ultimately what led to this, because if Jimmy Kimmel was crushing it in the ratings, he'd still be on the air right now. He just would. It's the bottom line. Spaghetti Nip says, patch it up with EVS. You love each other. Hail. That sounds really gay. And this Spaghetti Nip says, EVS loves you, man. You guys had a great thing. It sounds super gay. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, no thanks. Let's see. Skywalker Club Productions says, Jeremy, honest question. Do you support? I got that one. Isaac says, oh, she was in Battlestar Galactica, 10 out of 10. I will be Googling that. Over on Rumble, Johnny Wiskin says, I've begun to notice something about you, Jeremy. Have you dropped the cussing? No more F-bombs? Is there a reason why you're doing this? I can't help but feel it's just not like you at all. Yeah, I mean, the Charlie Kirk thing, I've tried to stop cussing as much. Just, I don't know, I'll listen to Charlie Kirk and he's, I'm still going to be me, but, I try not to go on these F-bomb rants. Do I still cuss? Yeah. And I'm going to cuss a lot during Mario Kart, but I'm just trying to, I think you get your point across better when you're not dropping an F-bomb every 3 seconds. So, Brontonite says, lefty mainstream D-bag fail on their own without swindling tax dollars. USA DNC NGO propped up fake popularity, AstroTurf propaganda. And then Bronson says, relax, my Bama Jamma. It's loud, obnoxious lefties online that will never watch this shit anyway. Like the ones that celebrate woke video games they don't buy, or shitty movies they don't show up for. Very, very true. Very true. Drinky. I love his super chats because you could tell he's trying to get them through the YouTube censors. If Charlie Kirk shooter was black, there wouldn't have been a father to turn him in. Oh, thank you, Tricky. Fantastic. Mr. Knox says the Battlefield mods on Steam banned anyone mentioning the devs who spoke negative about Charlie's death. How to ruin any momentum for your game. Yeah, man. It's not, this is how you do it right here. Young says FCC pulled him because he's been violating the terms, and now they have cause to fire him. It's no different from YouTube striking you for terms of service. I agree. Phil says tagged you on Grum's Battlefield 628. Okay, yeah, I did not see this, so I'll have to check it out. Deathu says Skywalker Club, what you think of Gina or Tucker or Roseanne? Again, you got to fight fire with these leftist lunatics, man. You just do. These people are crazy and they want you dead. And that's no longer just a line that we're saying. We've actually got proof of it now, because Charlie Kirk, a little over a week ago, was assassinated in front of thousands of college students. No more. Like, we can't let this continue. And right here, I think this puts it in perspective. The two most radicalizing events of my lifetime happened in the same week. There it is. The same week. We can't forget Irina, and we certainly are not going to forget Charlie Kirk. But these two things happening cannot go unchecked. Gearmaster says, at work, a fellow worker told me Charlie was a POS. I snapped back with a firm voice and said, no, he isn't. I completely disagree. He isn't talking and didn't say another word. Enough is enough. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, man, we can't sit here and allow this crap to continue. We've got to stand up and stand firm. You know, we can't get violent. You can't do anything stupid. You can't do anything that's going to compromise you, because that's not going to help the situation at all. But you can let them know that they're being fake offended means nothing to you. No, I don't have to use your pronouns. No, I don't care that you're offended. No, I don't care what names you call me. No, none of it matters. So that's essentially what you do. Don't let them manipulate you emotionally, all of that, because they love to do just that. That's what they like to do. And that's how they've gotten so far with this emotional manipulation. Look at this right here. This woman thought she'd be exempt from the force of federal agents enforcing the law. At the ICE facility near Chicago, but was immediately pushed to the ground and hit with sting balls after trying to blockade the vehicle.
Oh my god. That was really cool, guys. You guys are super cool for that. She's getting her sign. She's getting her sign. I'll get it for you. You'll get it, boy. Give me a sign. Give me a sign. Give me a sign. Fall down. You're gonna need some shit. You already got me earlier. You have to. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. Get her up.
Every single one of them should be arrested. Like, why are we putting up with this? Like, yeah, I can laugh at it and it's funny to see that moment. Why are we even putting up with this? Stop. Arrest them immediately. Get them the F out of there. We're tired of it.
We're not threatening anyone. We're not threatening anyone. Move out! Move out! How is she supposed to move? Move her out! good. That's good. Get your boy. What the fuck is wrong with you? You said get off the property. You did. You got off the property. You coming over to beat your ass. What the fuck is wrong with you?
100% that's what they want. They want the video. That's exactly what she was doing right here. She wants the video. They are trying to antagonize these officers to do something so they can get a viral moment, so they can play the fake victim. This is what they're doing.
Get your boy. What the fuck is wrong with you? You said get off the property. You did. You got off the property. You coming over to beat your ass. What the fuck is wrong with you? Disgusting.
Good Lord, man. We have to stop putting up with this crap. I'm sick and tired of seeing these guys in this position having to deal with that. Yeah, absolutely, they're paid. They're absolutely paid. No doubt about it. Is this another one right here? Left-wing agitators dragged on the ground. Is this the same? This isn't the same one, right? Let's see here.
We know.
Whoa! Bro! Dude, he snatched the life out of him. These people are disgusting, man. These are some horrible, horrible people. Matt Frog says, did you see they released the Troon manifesto? They hid it for 2 years. She hated it that she was white and a girl. The freaks brainwashed her. I didn't see that. So one thing I did see today, I got through my bookmarks and find it. There was I don't know if this is what you're talking about. This is not what you're talking about, because I wanted to find the Kavanaugh one. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about right here. The radical leftist who attempted to assassinate Judge Kavanaugh in 2022 is openly trans. Nicholas, is it Roski, now goes by Sophie, according to their legal team, and is referred to as Mrs. in court filings. Completely out of control. This is not just an internet meme. This is a complete and total disaster. This is a national security threat, is what this is. Yeah, I don't know why Johnny Maga said there, because it's his, but right here, according to his legal team, should be his. Don't play their games. So yeah, there you have it. Once again, Thomas says, my father called Kirk a scumbag after he knew I was upset. Never been so close to cutting ties. It's been close before. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. Scrotum Goat says, if you're fishing for sympathy, she's not getting any bites. She could lose a few anyway. Philip Butler says, they need to be all charged with obstruction. Agreed. So yeah, so that was another big story that happened today. It's been crazy because every time, like during the day, I'll see all of these stories happen. I'm like, okay, we've got some stuff to talk about tonight. And then like 20 more stories drop of craziness. And I'm like, good Lord, I can't keep up. I can't keep up with all these stories. This is the world we live in now. Politics is the new WWF. I don't even like saying WWE. So right here, stunning new images of the UFC octagon coming to the White House on the South Lawn for America's 250th anniversary, and the weigh-ins from the Lincoln Memorial at the Lincoln Memorial. This looks amazing. Plus a viewing party with a lot more people. So right here,
the plan.
Look at this. Look at this.
Well, we're still playing with that. It's going to be under 5,000 people. It depends on how much the lawn can hold. As far as weight, the octagon itself weighs 15,000 pounds. So we don't know. We're still working it out. And my vision for this thing is we have this big arch, as you can see, with the lighting grid, because what I want is the White House on the back. And then when you shoot, when the fight goes around to the other side, you'll see the Washington Monument.
Yeah, we'll keep scrolling through. There's another shot from the side, and you can kind of see the grand scope of this.
This is incredible. Okay. I am going to do everything in my power for Geeks and Gamers to be there and cover this. I don't know if we can pull it off. I don't know if we can pull it off. I don't know. I'm gonna like, I never reach out to my, people I know to try to get favors, because that's just not what I do. I'm going to ask anybody I know. I'm like, can you hook me up, please?
The next one in the slide, and there you see the fighters kind of walking in, and there's the backwards look. I mean, it's a massive operation right there.
Yeah, it really is. So at first he put Ivanka in charge of handling this thing and putting it together. And when we sent the plans over to Ivanka, she said, "Dana, you do not mess around."
In addition to that, on the South Lawn, there's also a viewing party on the Ellipse. I think we have a shot of that with all the screens, and that's a lot more people in that area.
Yeah, we can fit 85,000 people over there. We're going to have a stage where music, we'll have bands playing all day, and then people will be able to bring blankets and.
This is going to be the greatest sporting event of my lifetime, probably. This seriously, like, this blows the Super Bowl out of the water. This is insane.
Lay around and watch the fights. We'll have screens up everywhere for everybody. We're literally going to take over Washington, D.C. that week. We're going to do the weigh-ins there. We're going to have fan events
at the Lincoln Memorial.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. And we'll have fan events all week. We're going to do our expo there, and just a total Washington, D.C. takeover.
So, this is, if somebody looks at this and goes, wow, like, this is something that nobody even thought about. I don't think.
That's crazy. Drinky, 2 + 2 = 5. 2 men can have a baby. Don't question elections or science, or Beardo would agree with the last one. Thank you, Drinky, for the 50. Derry Murphy says, Jeremy, let's start a G&G at UFC White House fund. I've been asked for years to start a G&G fund, and it's just like, I do think that I could, I think that I could start a fund that could help us do everything we wanted to do. I don't know, I know my enemies would use it against me so much, but I also kind of don't care what my enemies think. But yeah, I mean, these next couple weeks, I told you I'm all over the place. I'm traveling. I'm literally meeting with potential investors to help us get to where we want to go. Which I'm kind of iffy on that too, because obviously investors want, ROI, and then you become kind of in debt to that type of thing. And so I don't know what, we have to see how those negotiations go. Talking to Rumble right now about, what I need, what I would require for us to create years worth of content over there. BlackRock, no, these are Americans. But these are people that I know, and they're connecting me with people that have been in the community for a long time. Which I've had conversations in the past with people, but too many strings attached. And money's great, but when there's too many strings attached, this is not worth it, because I cannot ever stop doing what I do. I can't stop being authentic, because I remember we had a big sponsor opportunity, and the sponsor was just going crazy over these opportunities. And I'm like, I can't do what you want me to do. I can't do it. Why? I was like, because it's clear that I'm going to do it only because you're giving me money. Like, I can't just promote your product because I don't like your product. And no, I'm not even talking about BetterHelp. BetterHelp was just an ad read. But BetterHelp wanted to give me like thousands and thousands of dollars for like 3 ad reads. And I just said, I can't do it because you suck. BetterHelp is a terrible product. I can't take your money. So it's got to be the right fit, you know? Barstool said, Barstool needs to do it. I don't think Dave Portnoy would be interested after Beardo came on the show the other day. I don't think Dave Portnoy would be too interested in talking to Geeks and Gamers. So I don't think that would happen. Yeah, if I was talking to investors that you guys are accusing, I don't think you'd see Beardo in the future. So as long as Beardo's here, it won't be those ties. Death the MTL dude says, to quote my hardworking dad who provided for my mom and I growing up, I can't protest today. I have work. Exactly. Drinky says Tom Aspinall or does he mean at the... What are you like? Are you Drinky? Are you drinking right now? Like, you didn't have to. Why did you put a space between beating? You didn't have to do that. YouTube's not going to censor that, are they? I just need a yes from you, Drinky. Are you drinking? That's all I want to know. All right? That's all. We already know the answer. Derry Murphy. Oh, yeah. So, again, I was told by a good friend of mine in the YouTube sphere, straight up. I was like, he's like, you know, if you crowdfunded for G&G, you could do it. He's like, you know, you could. Like, and he, in the way he was convincing me of it, is he said, if it actually means more content for everything you guys are doing, then it's worth it for the crowdfund. And I was like, that's a good way to put it. Phil says, send Beardo to do favors for the top people in the government. He won't know it's gay. Matt Frog says, I was referring to Audrey Hale School pew pew shooter. Oh, in Nashville. Okay, they quietly released. Did they? I did not know that. They finally, after 2 years, released that. Interesting. Laughing Man says, I never send Jeremy super chats. I'm not Philip. Don't worry. That's not, I promise you, that's not the issue. I promise. At all. Good businesses know how to leverage their contracts. Yeah, well, I don't have any contracts. So that's the whole thing. Anyone that's working with me is working with me because they want to, not because I have them obligated by any legal contracts. I just, I actually do care about helping people with their channels, and I have no contacts. I'm sorry. See, I can't even freaking read. TG, I can't even read, much less leverage my contacts. Daniel says you are already crowdfunded, Jeremy. Absolutely. That's the reason we're able to do what we do. But in order for us to accomplish everything that I want to over the next 3 to 5 years, so the way I approach it is, I told this to Rumble. I said, look, Jeremy, the individual, if I just did what I did for the next 5 or 10 years, I would be set for life. Like, but I want Geeks and Gamers to be this massive thing that has a huge, like, in the gaming world and in the movie world and all of that, like, we need to have an impact. We need to have an impact that we've got 3 years under Trump right now. We need to take back the entertainment industry from these pieces of garbage, from these pieces of trash. And yeah, Geeks and Gamers having 400,000 subscribers and getting 100,000 views and Friday nights, that's all great, but we need to have a freaking impact. I'm sick and tired of these game journalists out there, these phonies, these pieces of garbage having any influence on the gaming world when no one listens to them at all. We have to take this shit. We got 3 years of Trump. We cannot lose this. We have to fight. We have to have an impact. So that's kind of my focus right now. Drinky says, Jeremy about to kiss the wall tip of the Netflix Yahoo. I mean, I would never kiss the wall genuinely, but I would kiss it for the memes at this point, just to piss off the anti-Israel crowd. Random commentator says your enemies and haters are going to talk smack regardless of what you do. So start the fund if you want. Don't worry about the haters. Thank you. I appreciate that. Eli says your hair might grow, but does your knee? Forrest Brown the Tree says, hey, Jeremy, can you DM me your email? I wanted to send you some information about the Space Center potential meetup. Yes, absolutely. I'll hit you up right after this. I'll send you my email. Okay. Well, I think, yeah, there you go. Jessica's got it right there in the chat. So you can send that to me. Troy New says, I wasted 20 minutes on a harmless super chat. Leftist YouTubers spew vile garbage unchecked, but super chats face a wall of censorship. The double standard is insane. I agree. I don't disagree. Call Elon. He has money to spare. I didn't know, Reckless Neo. I just now am finding out about the Battlefield 6 dev. I did not know about this, so I'm going to look into this. Apparently Grums has a tweet that I was tagged in, so I'm going to check that out. Yeah, I was not aware of it at all. Now, this weekend, I don't know if I'm going to go live tomorrow, but I'm certainly going to be live Sunday for the Charlie Kirk Memorial. That's going to be a huge day. I think that memorial is starting, I think Jessica somebody sent me the times. I think it was Jessica that sent me the time earlier, but anyway, I'll get that event set up early Sunday morning so everybody knows when it's going to start. I think that's going to be an incredible event. It's probably going to be pretty tough to watch. 2 p.m. EST. There you go. So at 2 p.m. EST. G&G Deb Studio. Well, I mean, I'll be honest, what I want, we talked about this because obviously I'm a college football fan. I'm a football fan, but one thing we talked about with like Geeks and Gamers is if we get everything set up in Geeks in Orlando with a big studio with proper security and all that, which is going to cost more money than I can even process right now. What we want to do is we want to create like a legitimate, opportunity to work with smaller creators and help develop creators, almost having like a Major League or like a farm system that baseball has, working with smaller creators, bringing them down, showing them like how you actually succeed at this, how you can do that, how you can grow this, working with people, bringing them down there, showing them the ropes and building people. And I mean, that's what I've done my entire time on YouTube. Like, look at all the people I'm attached to, and I don't get credit for that. I mean, but it's like just showing people the basics, because as I've said 1,000 times, I can give you a shout out and get you to 1,000 subscribers, but beyond that, I can't help you grow. Like once you've hit that 1,000 subscribers and you've gotten monetized, it's basically your responsibility to maintain and grow your audience from there. But we can get you started and we can show you the basics. It took me like 5 or 6 years to reach 1,000 subscribers because I didn't know what I was doing. I just turned the camera on and I'm retarded, and I'm still retarded now, but I'm not as retarded as I used to be. And that'll be the pitch. We can show you to not be as retarded as you used to be. That's it. Come to Geeks and Gamers. You'll leave retarded, but you won't be as retarded as you were. There it is. So that's how we'll sell it. Vault says, I fund Jeremy and demand a game stream tonight. Not tonight. I got some stuff to do. Objectively, a cat says for the Jeremy Kiss the Wall Fund. And at that, we're going to leave it. Thank you guys so much for an awesome stream. And thank you for the support. The best chat in the history of the internet right here. I appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a good evening, and I'll see you for sure on Sunday, maybe tomorrow. Make sure you have notifications turned on. And last night, I forgot to leave with Sabaton, so we're doing it tonight. We have not done a Sabaton outro in a long time, so we're doing the Sabaton outro tonight. Who was that I promised it to? I hope you're here, but Sabaton outro tonight. You guys have a good evening, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.